here. We got a bunch of stuff here that needs to go down here. And stuff like that. I'm gonna do all for this. Oh, hi everybody. Vista Vera here. Didn't realize the camera was on, or the front door was open. So, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. Well, spring cleaning. Because, you know, it's finally spring. Thank God. Winter just came and went, and some people didn't even get winter. Lucky bastards. But I'm cleaning a bunch of my stuff right now. And since you're here, might as well show you. See, we can start with the Lord of the Rings and Miscellaneous. Now, hang on. That's weird. It says there's a package outside. Let's go see what that is. That's weird. So, audience, here's the package that was on the phone. But it has no thing just besides my address. And Magic Toy Company. What the hell is that? Alright. One way to find out. What the? Oh, that's the last time I opened a package up that thing. Probably pranksters and stuff. What in Toy Story hell or fucking small soldier shit is this? I've been drinking way too much. I'm seeing things move. This can't be happening. Look, I don't know what you are, but what are you? You're a ship? Your name is Ship? I mean, I can call you bullshit, but not... Why would anyone name you a ship? Bismarck? How are you... Unless you're from... Oh no. You're from that Azur crap, aren't you? Oh, no. I'm done reviewing Azur Lane. I don't want to do any more Azur Lane. You can't make me. Those are real, right? I think. Okay, I'll do the review. Some day off for cleaning. Hello everybody, my name is FistofFury69 too, and as you can see here I got some company. And out of against my will, against her guns pointing at my neck, we're gonna have to take a look at Azur Lane 4. These things have just came out of World of Warships, and apparently we have a special guest from the show that's gonna be reviewing it with us. So this is gonna be fun, as in before we begin this Azura Lane, I just want to mention real quick, this is going to be a long video again. A lot of me is going to go through every detail and stuff. Also, I don't have the ships, but don't worry, thanks to Warships, they actually put in previews now to see the skins, so I can rate the skins, seeing the actual thing, instead of just, trying to, guess on what they look like or have friends to look at this. But again, we will talk about a lot, so in the description down below, I will have skips to favorite ships, so that way you can find the one that you need desperately to understand and also see if it's worth it or not in your opinion. But if you watch it all through, I thank you very much. But until then, let's get started with all this. Here we go. So the first ship I want to talk about is Azur Lane St. Louis. Now, a lot of people have speculation things with this ship. This ship has, they say this is the worst out of all of them. I kind of agree and disagree, but we'll get to that in a minute. But first things first, she's main basic trait is cooldown on all consumables is it can go down 3% if you got her maxed out, and main battery is you can have the reloading down to 3 seconds. Again, if you had a lot of reloading things, if you choose inspiration like the Chinese guy and the Italian cruiser guy that has reloading cruisers things and reloading really fast, you could probably make this gun fire like a steroid goddamn motherfucker. But however, though, that's basically it for the basic trait, but I kind of see where they're getting at because honestly, it's really not that big of a deal thing. Now, unfortunately, I can't get the ship because I don't have St. Louis. This is a tier 8 ship because a lot of these skins are tier 8s, which is a huge problem for me to review them because I don't have a lot of 8s. Only one ship I'm close to. If you can guess the country I'm going down heavily towards, you would know which ship I'm talking about. But honestly, St. Louis, I would not be surprised if you don't get it unless you're a huge St. Louis anime fan. I highly doubt it. But honestly, I would just pass on this one if you can because it's ridiculous. But she does have unique skills for her commander if you do have her. She has fighter star range, reaching, and fighter planes, and then she's got igniter, seeing torpedoes, and pretty much acceleration. But the one perk she has differently is this one, Bonjour, which is French for hello. Basically, that ability is enhanced main battery reloading drainage, which is 7.5, which is, I guess, if you have a reloading booster on the St. Louis, I don't know if you do. Leave down in the comments if you have the St. Louis. Let me know if it does have a reloading booster. But that really does help. And main battery reloading booster. So as much as I hate to say this, it sucks that she's a cruiser commander. If she was a battleship commander, I know a couple she could have fit just perfectly, and I'm just going to show you real quick. That's right. The Leon Fortune, or Leon Fortune, or Fortune, whatever the heck the French calls it. Yeah, this battleship. Why? Because it has 2 reloading boosters on it. If she was a French battleship commander, that would be insane to use her as. But unfortunately, her main focusing heavily towards cruisers. I mean, you could probably put her in a battleship, but you see, most of the perks are all cruisers, and it's just dumb. So, inspiration, I don't know how to exactly can help you if you have this commander. I would say just keep the reloading down, probably keep your gun. Obviously, this commander is focused heavily on consumable repairs and reloading on main guns heavily because it's got its basic trait with reloading and consumable cooldown. It's got its main perk ability about enhanced gun, the reloading booster thing. So it's obvious to me that his commander is suited heavily towards basically just main reloading guns and stuff. So it's not bad, but
I could see what they mean, especially when you see the other commanders we're going to talk about in the show. Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. But what about the ship skin? The thing she comes with it? Well, unfortunately, I don't have the St. Louis, so we have to go to special. Don't worry, I know what you saw in the front of the screen there. We're gonna talk about these when we get to that. Believe me, that will be at the end of my argument. So where is it? Ah, here she is, St. Louis. Let's take what she looks like. So you can see here, it's a preview of the ship, obviously, thanks to Wargaming letting us see it. And honestly, I don't mind it. It doesn't look that bad. Now, I love it how Azur Lane, especially not the last one, the Roma kind of sucked, but I love it how they treat the ships with their skins of the commanders very beautifully. And the top of all that, it doesn't look bad at all. I mean, anyone could look at this right now, but if for future projects, if it comes back and you want to look at it again, and if they took that ability away, I'm showing it right now. But yeah, judging by the ships and how it looks like it relies heavily on its main guns. It's got torpedoes, but it looks like it relies heavily on its main guns, and it's not bad. I like the detail a lot. It's really not bad at all. I mean, that's all I could say about it. So, what are my verdict or review, or pretty much my number on this? Well, since I don't have the ship, so I can't tell with the commander. We'll get to the commander in a minute, but for the ship itself, or how it looks, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. It's not bad. It looks very beautiful. I like the flower design. Don't like the fact that they ended it all the way through. I was kind of hoping it would go through the whole ship of having flowers and everything, and maybe like her cross sword somewhere stabbed on the top, like maybe like the top of the where her flag is, that little beam thing. I was hoping maybe that will turn into her sword, because she does hold a big, huge cleaver sword of a cross sword that my friends told me. So that would have been nice to actually see the sword on the boat, but unfortunately, you can't get that lucky. And the problem is, I see a plane on there. I don't know if this thing launches planes, but it doesn't change the plane color. That's a big letdown, especially when I don't know why all the Azur lanes with their planes, even the Shukaku from number 2, did not have that skin color, so Wargaming, what the frig. Now, for Azur in herself, like I said, I can see heavily why she would be not the greatest out of all of them. However, though, I don't see her that bad of amount of the criticisms I heard about her. She she is like I said, her basic trait is not too bad. I mean, I know one that I could think is bad, but everybody's gonna hate me for saying that one. We'll get to her in a minute. But this one I can understand, especially how much we're talking about here, and this is just the beginning. It's kind of a bad start because I mean, I just don't. So what do I give the verdict for this? St. Louis? I would give it I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10. That's all I could say. And God, I just hate anime. Look at this. It fills up my entire port with the entire anime. That's all I see now. God, I hate anime. I hate it.
Hate anime. So why are you here? Like, I don't like this whole thing. Oh, look at this. Another anime. Why today out of all things? It's bad enough there's one. It's like... What just happened? Did she just slap Vader for a lightsaber? I guess that's one way to get rid of him. Wait, you not like anime too? I think we're gonna get along just fine. Why don't you sit back on the shoulder? We got a review to still keep going.
So now we can actually do a ship battle and talk about this, because this one is, forgive me, Soviet Union, Chapayev? I forgive me, anyone who is Russian or any of the western side of Europe, because I can't pronounce this language. It's just some tongue I can. I'm just gonna call her Subnautica boat, because That's what the skin looks like. Let's just talk about the skin real quick. I mean, it looks like it belongs in the Subnautica universe. Like, you see the eyes, the shark. I mean, I love it. It looks badass. But every time I look at this boat, it looks like Subnautica Sub-Zero. Like, look at that. Like, doesn't that make you feel like it's Subnautica Sub-Zero? Like, I get it. It's supposed to be like the winter part because apparently the Russians are supposed to be like this wintry camouflage kind of thing. But honestly, like, all I see is like, oh God, where's the Reapers? Where's the Reaper? Where's the Reaper Leviathan? Oh no, don't eat me! Ah! Actually, no, it looks like those bears from Subnautica Sub-Zero. You know, those bears that walk on land? They look like that. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I love it. I also love the guns painted on it, but sorry. I just wanted to point that out because it just looks like it belongs in Subnautica. Okay, let's talk about the Russian commander and oh God. Okay, wargaming. And for the rest of us, let's just be very clear for this real quick. How do I say this professionally? You know what? Fuck it, never mind. Why is there double D's really big? I get it. Fucking everybody is like, there's nothing wrong with that theory. Why are you complaining? You're a guy. You should be. I am complaining because this is a rated T game. Rated T? It's bad enough St. Luke's may have thick thighs to save lives, but why is her double decker like that close to becoming from a rated T to rated fucking M? I mean, look at it. I mean, I'm not trying to fucking stare at them, but it's like right there in front of you. And the way how she has them on her, it looks like just one little bounce, and then it's just instantly I have to put a sensor bar at that fucking area. That's how close it is. And it doesn't help that she's holding change. Like, she's into something that really adults should know and not you guys, okay? So let's just say that about that. But anyway, so taking that art design to the side, okay, let's talk about her basic trait. And this is one of the commanders you need for a cruiser because holy Hannah, she is broken. I have played her and her ship crazily, and her basic trait increases the incapacitation of enemy modules. What? I mean, why is this a commander for the Soviet Union? I mean, she's broken with every shot, every chance of critical. I think that's the most broken thing ever. What do you think, Bismarck? Yeah, I think so too. It's something we could both agree on. Wargaming. Wargaming. Let me pull you aside for a minute. You do realize cruisers are already broken, right? They set people on fire, they're annoying to hit, and if they're far away, they're more harder to hit with your battleship. Why? Okay, so why are we giving them the ability to where when they hit you, they can even break your fucking guns on a battleship? Or any modules? Wait, you're telling me that, like, oh, rapid fire gun and then hit stuff. This is gonna be everybody's worst nightmare for anyone who has a rapid fire gun. Atlanta, fucking Boysen, the fucking, just any of the cruisers that fire rapidly. Minotaur! It's like this inspiration. This is an inspiration, not a base, skill perk that you could just say, oh, only Soviet Union is going to be broken. No, this is a commander that could go to any ship, and it's like, wow, wargaming, this is fucked up. Indeed, I think this is broken as hell. Oh, God. So, what else does she have? Well, obviously, if you could tell, she could set things on fire. Like, she's already broken enough with the basic trait. Long range airplane thing, etc., which is basically what I use. It basically just you can see where the enemies are, sonar and radar detection. You could use speed and you could use seeing torpedoes, but again, I didn't choose them because this is a long range build kind of way for its cruiser. And you also got movement speed, but I picked this because, yeah, I'm gonna just say that right now, your ship's gonna be targeted a lot because of how annoying you are. But the one skill perk she has unique that I kind of don't use, but I can see other people playing it, is this one. And this one does like cause, cruiser's main gun HE damage increases by 15%. That's insane. That's good. That's incredible. However, they did remove one part. In order to use that shell, you have the chance of HE catching on fire reduce every time you level up tremendously. Okay, that's a problem because we're talking about a cruiser that needs that damage, but also needs fire starting against, battleships. Now, of course, you're probably going to say, well, Fury, we could probably make this work. I mean, it's a rapid fire gun. All we have to do is just put in, like, something and make the gun go faster with the reloading and fucking just make it like a rapid fire ship that just sets people on fire. Yeah, but I've tested out this show, and it does say what it is. The fire charting, the 30% negative, really harms it. But the HE does harm destroyers. And I will warn you this right now, destroyers. If you see this commander, you see her flagship, and they're both together, run. Run like hell. Do not even fight it. Because if he has that perk ability selected, if he has that damage module thing, this motherfucking perk, max, you're going to lose your engines really fast, you're going to lose your torpedoes really fast, and you're going to be a sitting duck in water because this thing has fucking radar. Yes, you heard me. It has motherfucking radar. You see it? Here, let me pull it up to you. See it? This thing will spot you. So, destroyers, beware of this freaking Subnautica ship. You will get killed if you don't be careful. Especially if you're a gunboat only with less torpedoes. Ugh. And then you got the legendary perk. So if you kind of guess what tongue twister. If you kind of guess where this commander sits, it's mainly mid-range to long-range shooter. But like when I said about the health thing, that's because this ship gets targeted a lot in multiplayer. I played this in multiplayer, and oh my god, I can't even play one game in it easily to show a good game. I have to play it in AI, which most of these ships I'm going to play, including the other one we're going to talk about, we're going to be playing in AI. Because honestly, like, I just. It's so weak on the Citadel. If you don't believe me, let's take a look at its armor real quick. Because I can't show you all this because this is all modified. Like the firing range, that's because of the commander. Reloading, that's because of the commander. Um, turn radius a little bit. See, like I can't show all this because everybody's stats are going to be different once the commander's in it. Now, I should have done was, and I will do this in future reference, I won't put the commander in it just to review what it does and stuff. But honestly, you want to get that main range up there. It was awful when I first got it. Awful. So you need Nikolai as an inspiration heavily so you could snipe at long range with your HE because you do not want to be at front lines with this bow at all. Because look, here's the armaments. You're probably thinking, oh, it's near red and orange. That's almost 160 to 161 to 399. Well, what's the problem? Well, the problem is your Citadel. Hang on. Your Citadel's in the open. So if they hit anywhere between your second guns and your second guns in the back and your first guns in the back, actually your first guns together and broadside, it's going to be an instant death. There is nothing protecting it, and you only got 25 millimeters or 26 millimeters above the turret, so you're going to get hit. So this is a very, very, very squishy cruiser. So keep that in mind that you do not want to engage frontally brawls. Now, I know there's going to be some games where you have no choice, but that's why I'm grateful to say this thing has torpedoes. It has 3 on each side. So if you're forced to be in front lines, it's like personally okay. So let's get into battle to show you what I mean. Alright, here we are in the first game. Now I'm going to be talking through it while I just play the game while I'm playing it on real time. So I'm just going to say my personal thing about it. It's not bad. I mean, like I said, I played a lot of light armored cruisers, like, fucking like Vamok, for example. But the problem I have with it is its reloading. Its reloading is a little bit long for something that's this squishy. Now, granted, yes, everybody will say it would be cancerous to have the module thing and all that. But It's kind of needs it. But the module damage thing, that is annoying. Like, if it hits something like a fuel tank or something and it's a module piece, it's going to break it and it's going to hurt you. Like, if you're going to plan on using torpedoes against it, do not get hit by its HE because it will destroy any module part. It's irritating. So honestly, it's just mostly like, the tier 6, it's just basically any Soviet like cruiser, just sit in the back like we're doing right now, shooting at targets at long range. Oh, I see a Javis. Or Javis. I don't know how the heck do you guys even say that? So I'm trying to line up the shot so I can get a good hit on him, but this mountain's in the way. Okay, he's right there. Let's try here. See what I mean about the reloading? It's like I don't have the skill perks to make it better, but like this, like 7 seconds is not a good reloading thing for this, especially how it has no smoke screen. Now, gratefully, it does have sonar and radar, so if a destroyer comes after you, you could see his ass. But things like this, where if it's not AI and you see that coming at you, you can't even fire your guns to defend yourself. You have to rely on teams. So my advice for anyone who has a ship and they're struggling with this, play with someone who has smokescreen. It does help it quite a bit. Like, make sure you play with someone who has smokescreen and make sure that basically that smokescreen lasts. Because again, you do not want to get hit with this type of ship because of how weak it is. And you don't want to be stuck with using 4 guns. You want to use a lot of guns. Alright, that's more. I'm just going in because it's literally that cruiser's distracting them. Keep firing, keep firing. It's like Spaceballs. Keep firing, assholes! That fire starting is not working pretty good. And I know it's a low rank commander, so I don't have a lot of fire starting perks, but God, or maybe that's the reason why they don't want fire thing on it. Maybe that's the whole point, is to do more damage with your HE so you could be a god with damage. Maybe a best way too, if you don't want to do fire starting. Oh, there's one. If you don't want to do fire starting, you could put like a well, that was quick. But then again, that is AI. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna play a battle one more time to show it off. Oh, look, we're in the Winter Wonderland, so it looks like it fits perfectly for this ship. What else to say? What about the secondaries? It's decent. It's 5.2. I mean, yeah, there's no point of putting secondaries on it, even though it has 2 main secondaries in the back of the ship, but it's really no point. We got Prince Eugen here. That's nice. We finally got a German ship here. Oh, there we go. Let's try shooting there. Let's see, is that going to line it up, or do I need to go there? That's the only problem I don't like about sniping. It's not my cup of tea kind of way, because you have to time where the shells are going. You got to make sure it lands correctly. Like, 12.5 kilometers is the best for me, but it's like anything beyond that, it's like it's so massively hard to hit. And it's not because of the ship, it's just me playing the boat. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this thing has 2 healing parties, so even though it has no smoke screen, it has healing parties, but I really wish it had, like, more, heal. I wish it had smoke than healing, to be honest. Okay, activate that. Because he's probably that little bastard's right there. Oh, come on. I love it how the shells you say are an accuracy is like up to max. And of course I hit the mountain. And there goes my torpedoes. See, this is why you don't want to go close range like I'm doing, but this is AI. Because everything gets hit. Every module will get hit. It's not a good ship to do like what I'm doing right now. But only in AI, I guess you can work with it. But even in AI, it's tricky as hell. Let's see if I can hit that. And dead. Good. Trying to aim above the deck to try to get rid of some modules. He's on fire. Good. But I'm on fire. Ah. And that's the other problem I have with the boat. Oh, I stole the kill by accident. That's the problem I have with this boat. doesn't feel like it does a lot of damage, hence why maybe you need that perk. But without that fire starting thing, it just, I don't know, it just feels like, yeah, like right there, that was a good hit. But yeah, I see what they mean about, like, sacrificing fire is not a bad idea for this type of boat. I get that. But it just, without the fire starting, like, you gotta make sure those HEs hit, and what the hell hit me? Oh, it must be a ship cruiser over there. Alright, trying to get over here to try to get some long shots. See if we can get that over there. See those go. And it's gonna hit. Good. That's 4 hits, but barely any damage. Oh, hi, torpedoes. Oh, God, I didn't mean to run into you. Ah! God, I would have been, like, sunk in real life if that was the case. I feel like I'm just waiting. I don't know why, but like that skin on this ship, it's just like I just said, it reminds me of Subnautica so much. So it's like I'm waiting for a Reaper Leviathan just to take a ship down into decks. Am I going to get that kill? Nope. Prince Eugen got it. Oh, God. I am trying to get you enough room so you can get out of here. Sorry, buddy. I was trying. Can't tell if that's an AI or a player. No, it's AI. So at least I don't have to feel too bad about it. So yeah, I think like maybe not doing the fire starting was probably the best idea with the ship. Maybe it's just you need to have that HE damage up because AP is okay, but it's not great. But yeah, I see what they mean now. Why they have that, and I'm activating this and found you. This is why destroyers. When I said that this is not a boat you want to encounter. Especially, well, you could probably counter me because I fucking can't hit a broadside of a barn. There we go. And there goes his modules. See, this is what I mean. This is why you don't want to face this boat. You want to always get away from it because I just already took out more modules, set it on fire. His engine's gone. He's burning. I'm burning. And there goes his rudders again. Yeah, Jesus. If that was a player, I would get so much rage mail right now. Alright, is he going to come in torpedo range? There's no point of firing torpedoes. He's going to die before then, anything. And dead. Good. Well, at least the game's nice enough to let me play all the way through, which wargaming, what the fuck? Why do you keep pulling me out instantly in the game? Although I love the enemy's points only has 2. Oh, those are going to miss. Alright, let's try it right here. I should fire AP since he is broadside, but he's in that little bit of a 10-degree angle, so it's going to be a little... Oh, there goes his torpedoes. See, this is what I mean about it doesn't work well for her basic trait to be on her ship. But imagine if I had a very rapid-fire Atlanta as a base trait of this, or like a Minotaur. Do you know how irritating that would be to ships? Especially when modules after modules after modules get broken so damn easily. Like, imagine if you were a German battleship and you had the torpedoes and you're about to torp someone and this guy just comes around the corner and just HEs your torpedoes and it's like, oh my god, like, please stop, please. Oh god, this is gonna hurt. And it turned. That was lucky. Gotta concentrate a little bit. See, you don't want to get hit in the middle with that. That will hurt your fucking Citadel, especially if that's a thing that shoots AP. And now I've lost them. I don't have any more radar. Nope, didn't it? Alright, guess we're gonna have to spear on in. Go on, my Reaper, Cold Leviathan. Go get him! Or the torpedoes, well. Who's that over there? Oh, that's Prince Eugen. Glad he's still alive. What's behind him? Oh, there's 2 Prince Eugen. Wow! Leave in the comments, have you seen like a lot of old ships coming back? Like, I remember that was the first cruiser that we had to earn for a season pass thing back when it was really hard. But I've noticed more that the Turpets and that are coming back heavily, and it's so weird to me how to see them coming back. Alright, where are you? There you are. Maybe we can launch torps at them. Maybe out of range still. Yeah, there's another problem to this ship too. Torp range, really bad. Like, you gotta be on top of this mother frigger. Oh, okay. Never mind the torps, never mind the torps, never mind the torps, never mind. I'm getting my ass kicked. Never mind the torps. You know what? If you have this boat, just don't worry about the torps. Pretend you don't have any, for fuck's sake. Oh. Because it's so close range torpedoes, which is a huge problem with this boat. It's meant for if the ship was right in front of your face, last moment bullshit. But at least that was a better game to show it off. And top leaderboard. Economy made almost 206,000. That was multiplayer, would have did a lot more, but again, I'm only showing them in AI to give you a little taste of what the ship is. So, final verdict for the Tier 7 and the Commander. Well, I will say this though. The ship's pretty fun. However, though, without that anime commander, I could see why. Because even though the firing starting is good, I could see more clearly now why you need the more HE damage and less fire starting. Because the damage is so underwhelming when it comes to HE damage. Now, granted, you could make it better with the cruiser's ability and make it a hell of a lot better. But to me personally, I think that damage all the way is what you need. But I just hate the fact that you have to reduce fire. That's the thing that I hate so much. But as a ship itself, skin, it looks badass. Reminds me of Subnautica Below Zero. I keep saying that, but it does. So, for the ship itself, for anyone who's a cruiser lover, that anyone who likes to sit in the back and annoy people, I couldn't recommend this ship more than anything than that. Because honestly, this ship is an annoyance. It's meant to be back thing. However, it is perfect for hunting destroyers. However, the negative, there's no smokescreen. So, no smokescreen, meaning that you won't be able to, hit anything. Now, it says the superior HE damage and superior pen of HE, but you saw that in that game even when I was landing shells above deck and everything else. And sure shots, you saw me missing a lot. So, even though on paper, don't always agree to that. I mean, yes, for destroyers, yeah, this would be terrifying with the stats, but against battleships, not so much. So, I would rate this ship to be, I would say I'd say 5.7 out of 10. Now, I give it like a slightly above average is because it's fun, it's creative, it makes money, which I do love about a premium boat. That is my number one rule. It makes money. But however, without smokescreen, without that anime commander to make it a little bit better, it suffers in a way that it does. Because remember, I had to put Nikolai in here. It doesn't shoot up to 18 kilometers. That was because of Nikolai as an inspiration and that one skill perk. So that's a problem when you only got 16 kilometers of range with this gun. Not to mention, it has the very easy citadel to get penned by cruisers, so you can't get hit at all in the side of your ship with AP. I made that mistake trying to drop torpedoes on the last bit, and you saw my health go almost down to nothing for just trying to drop torpedoes on them. Trust me, the ship is not a frontliner. Most cruisers like Baltimore and stuff can handle frontliners, but this one you cannot. As a matter of fact, Baltimore in any battleship would be a nightmare to go up against, especially if you don't know what you're doing. That's why range is your most trusted and allied friend for a Tier 7 game. So, yeah, I would say that. Now, as for the commander herself, this woman that I questioned the age rating to this game, as much as I disagree that this should not be a commander, especially how it goes up to 10 plus. I'm only at 5, mind you, 5. And I can still increase it. So imagine like a fully maxed out legendary rank 4 getting up to 10 plus of module incapacitation increase. And imagine a rapid fire gun. I don't know what the fuck Wargaming's thinking about. I get it, it was meant to be for her ship only, but you got to understand Wargaming. That means that anyone can use this commander in a game. You can use it to basically incapacitate any modules you see. And that is ridiculous. It's bad enough we have to deal with their fire starting damage. It's bad enough we have to deal with their torpedoes, their quickie dodging things. Battleships is suffering enough, and now we have a commander that can. There was a time where he was playing a battleship. He was playing, I think he was in the new German Tier 7. He was in the tech tree of not the Bismarck, but the other one. I can't remember its name offhand. But he was playing that, and a cruiser knocked out his main gun. And it was like, is that the anime? You can never tell what commanders they have. I wish there was a way where you play the game and you see the ship, and then it tells you what the hell is the commander in it, what's its inspiration, so that way people know what the fuck they're dealing with instead of guessing what the hell. So, as much as I really give that criticism too much, she's a commander worth it. Final verdict for her is definitely an 8 out of 10 for cruiser players. Especially when you have a rapid fire gun. This thing, this monster, and that's all I gotta say. So, moving on. So, Roon. Apparently, before I did this video, guys, apparently Roon was the biggest, oh my god, yes, Roon's in the game, yes! And I'm like, the fuck is so important with Roon? Well, it turns out she's very popular on the internet. You know what I'm talking about because there's so many fucking millions of people that saw her. Here's a clip to show you. And this. And my personal favorite, this, because this feels like me when she's doing this in front of my face. God, if that was me, I would have pulled out a Luger and shooter. But yes, Roon, one of the most iconic, pretty much YouTube thing I've seen on YouTube thing. Like, she became a living meme. And it turns out that I looked up my friend. She's a very, 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 very psychotic bitch. So, mostly every American woman known to date. So, anyway, so jokes aside, is she good in the game? That's debatable, but we'll talk about this. Alright, so she's got some unique skills, but her basic trait sucks ass for me. I mean, we're talking about cruiser's gun traverse speed is increased by 0.75 if you max it out, and rudder ship time by 3. Okay, now most German people are going to love that because if you're out in the open water shooting at people and you have no smoke screen and you have to dodge shells, yes, rudder shift time is excellent because it cuts back your engine on really quick every time you dodge. That is awesome. I like that. However, though, people that I know don't really want rudder shift time. They just want something to help them hide or help them do better. But hold the phone. You're probably thinking to yourself, Fury, that's not a good commander, but why would everybody want this? Why is this not down there with St. Louis, for example? How bad? It's because of her other skills she has. Now, in the top row here, she's got fire starting, because it makes sense, because of how my friends say how much it's a psychopath, that, yeah, having 2 fire starting perks thing of her basically skills is achievable. She seems like a nutball to do pyromaniac. You got cruiser's main gun range, which is not bad, and airplane thing. Now, the thing I'm interested in is this one I think it's a different perk. I don't know. Leave down in the comments. I know there's one that I've selected that is, uniquely hers, but is this, one of the new ones, or is it, something that's been around? But anyway, this one I like because torpedo activate range with sonar, so now with sonar, you could see them a lot more farther. You could see them drop off the main deck, which that's kind of broken if you think about it. Think about this. If that's fully maxed, that's 1,200 meters away. So think about this. You're in a smoke screen, and you're about to launch torps on a battleship. And your job, Roon, is to hunt this destroyer down because the battleship is focusing on something else. You can see it drop off the deck of the boat. So the minute you see the torpedoes launch, you can fire your guns and it's right there. That's how insane that is. It's like the minute the fucking you see torpedoes, fire your main guns and boom, there it is. My friend has the Roon Commander and he has confirmed it and I've watched him. I wish I had video evidence to show it. I mean, I really, really wish I did. But I've seen many people say that the minute they drop their torpedoes with the Roon, and they instantly open fire where that is, and they always hit the destroyer. That's motherfucking insane. Especially if you have fully maxed out, fully legendary, getting 120 range with sonar activated. That's insane. Especially when you're a destroyer trying to hide from the Roon, he can instantly predict if you're smart enough. I'm just saying, like, there's some people that don't, but I'm saying if you're smart enough, and the minute you see torps, they're gonna fire right there. Because then that's because of how good those fucking ranges are. It's insane. But we're not done yet. It's not only that perk that is beyond broken. It's this. Well-routed armor. This is probably the most worth getting Roon ever. Why? Because when you activate sonar, mind you, the thing that you activate all the time with your buddies and stuff, that main ability, increases your armor by 10%. Meaning that you will suffer 10% negative less damage. Holy shit. Do you know how hard it is to kill these German ships sometimes if they play good? Not only that, now has the ability to bob and weave shit. It's just insane to think about. Like, now that they activate sonar, they can't die easily unless you citadel them, and that is insane. Now, there is this one that increases their, but see, like, look at this one. This is just a basic one, like -4. This is -10. That's like a huge leap. That's 6 plus negative of that shit. So that is insane for a commander. Now the last one is obviously for Germany. You can even increase your sonar thing. So not only do you have whatever Roon gives you, because I don't have the Roon. I'm very close. I have the Hipper, and I'm like 172,000 away from the actual ship, since the Hipper is already maxed out. But you can also give her more of it. You can give her additional one more, and you can activate the drainage cooldown less. So if you activate this and activate that, you can have it stand up for a good while having 10 negative damage, which, my god, cruisers, if you're going to fight it and you're wondering why you can't kill it, this is the reason why. This commander gives the middle finger to the Baltimore and stuff if you're trying to spearhead each other and trying to kill it quickly because Germany has no armor, that some people say. This is motherfucking insane. And mind you, I'm only starting to research her because I want her in one of my ships. And if you can guess it, yeah, I want her in the motherfucking Weimar. Why? Because there's 2 of the sonar things. That will give me 3. So if I activate sonar, this ship won't die that easily, like most ships if you get hit with a citadel. This I would love to have on that ship, and it would be irritating with the amount of fire thing on it. And it has the fire perk, so I'm not missing much. So honestly, yeah, that would be deadly for these ships. Mostly any German cruiser with that sonar things. So yeah, her thing is broken. Now I don't have her legendary, but she does have, like, she can put more consumable charges, and then she can have increased range and reloading of cruisers. Basically standard trait. So yeah, I could see why now she is not below St. Louis. Now she is down there. I would say she's probably the 4th because there's 5 of them. St. Louis would be the 5th, and then this one would be the 4th. But she is a biter, which honestly, by looking at her profile picture, I got a question for my anime character real quick. Okay, I gotta ask this, okay? You're from Azur Lane. Obviously, you're the Bismarck from that universe. Tell me, how much pounds are those backpacks? Let alone, how are you able to carry them or carry them? That's like over like what, nearly 200 to 300 pounds worth of steel, and you're just a skinny girl. I mean, I'm not saying anything wrong with that, since you're aiming your fucking guns at my back of my head, but how are you able to hold that much mass?
What do you mean you don't know? Alright, back to review.
This looks dope as fuck. I love this design. I love it so much. I love the fact that in front of the ship there is demonic eyes, like the flames of Sauron's eyeball just squinting down and on the ship. I love it. It looks like a mechanical shark, which I get it because my girl and everybody else told me that Germany relates to their cruisers being Shark Lake related. So I guess it makes sense that her Roon ship would be based off a shark. But everything else, I like it. Now, granted, it's too much black on it and not enough detail, but I get it they were basing off a shark, but it does make it up on top of the boat. I do like the X cross on the back paint job. I do like the Vabmach cross on the back side in the middle and this between the plane and stuff. And they do have red, black, and white from the old school German flag. And I don't think anything wrong with this. I like this design. I like it. So in conclusion, final verdict now. Well, the Roon is like her skin. Let's just talk about the skin since we're here. Excellently beautifully looking. I've seen so many people have it on their ships, and I can understand completely why. It is beautiful. I mean, look at that. That is just gorgeous to look at. It's a shame, though, it's not a premium 8 to make money and stuff. Otherwise, I'd be playing this ship all day, but it's a tech tree ship like they did in the past, which we'll get to that at the end. But honestly, like, if you pick this up for future projects and you said you spend money on this, don't judge me and stuff, I wouldn't. If you're going down this ship route, I like the St. Luke's and stuff, I wouldn't mind you getting these skins. They're not bad. I mean, I don't agree with the price on them, but they look pretty dope, and I actually like it. So, yeah, I would give this a 7 out of 10. It is beautiful. Now, granted, they could put more details. They could have put like scales and stuff, but the art teams probably didn't have enough time doing it since I've noticed like they had a good while, but they probably were rushing for some of this stuff since the whole Chinese thing came out, and then they had to push this out on Valentine's Day. So sorry I'm late on this, but still. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Really worth it for the looks of material, their art design, and everything. I also like the front of the ship. It looks like it's its mouth. It's like he's got a little vine mouth on it. It's kind of cute. Now, as for the meme lore, the internet thing, the most iconic thing that I see on YouTube so many times when I look up the room, what do I rate her? Okay. Her base trait is meh. I mean, I've seen better German commanders that do way better. Hipper reduces fire damage, and then you got all these other commanders for Germany that can do a little bit better, fast speed, and better at, concealments and all that. So I would say it's a meh. It's okay, but that doesn't mean don't pick her up. If you're just using it for Germany only, she is a monster. If you think about it. Just the fact that if you got her maxed out, she could set shit on fire very fast, and she can also reduce damage on her ship. That is fucking nuts. So, if anything, I would pick this chick up. As much as I think she's a psychopath and might stab you in the middle of the night for basically, because she's a psychotic bitch. Anyway, jokes aside, so what do I rate her? I would probably say, I would say probably a little bit above St. Louis. I would say like a 7, 6.7 out of 10. She is not useful in anything else besides Deutschland. And to me, I just find it like, I mean, granted, if you don't have a slow moving ship and slow moving guns, yes, this would be a good inspiration. But again, you probably want to focus on other things besides your turning and your main guns. You want to have your gun reloading, you want concealment, you want all this, you want damage, you want firepower. You Most people that want rudder shift times are the ones in the back, like the Japanese, for example, is the best one. Japanese, like dodging and turning their guns faster. Actually, yeah, Roon would be probably suited for the Japanese, especially how slow their guns turns on their cruiser. So yeah, I could see that. But yeah, that would be it for her. So moving on. So, New Jersey. Oh boy, this chick. Before we talk about the other things she has, we do have to talk about her looks. God, how do I put this? Like, simply. I don't like the way how she looks at me. I mean, that little fucking M smile under her face, the way she looks at you. My girl said, like, she looks like she's a sus look, but yeah, I can see why. Because, let's face it, the minute we get in here and look at the commander, instantly we see is her big double D's. Like, I'm sorry, it's right there. She has big double D's and 6 thighs that save lives. And that face, it's like she knows she's saying, I know you're looking at it. I know you're looking at it, and I'm judging you. That's what she looks like every time. It's like, stop giving me that face, New Jersey. I just like your abilities. You're just giving me really bad vibes. Once again, wargaming. What the fuck? Is this rated T or is this rated fucking M? Let's talk about her base trait. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the most broken thing I have seen in a long, long, long time. Her main ability is her main battery shells travel over 10 kilometers, do extreme damage, which is +5. Oh my god. Okay. To you, that doesn't seem like a lot, but imagine Japan, Americans, anything that involves sniping does 5+ damage. Mind you, that's base trait. That's not including Alton Clans and these ones which I put in here. We're talking about basic. Basic. That is broken. And 10 kilometers is not that far away. 10 kilometers is like, yeah, it's far, but it's not that far. That's like most guns can hit at that range. Now, granted, her weakness is if someone charges her, but that's not the thing that makes her really broken. So, oh boy, let's get into the actual thing when you see what I'm talking about. Oh boy, this is where it's going to get really cancerous, this girl, and why she's giving you that devious look, because that look is going to haunt you. Not because of the pervertedness of she look, but you're going to see how scary and how terrifying and give people who are in battleships nightmares over this. And, oh god. Her second skill is either turn the guns and cruiser guns faster or destroyer guns, whatever, and she also has drilling or drilling drill bits, which is, I may be saying it wrong, sorry, but her gun speed turns fast. AP damage goes up to 10 if you max it out, but your ship speed decreases. But what's the point of having ship speed when you need to stay miles away with the New Jersey? This is fucking broken. Not only if you're 10 kilometers away, you get 5+ damage, but you also get 10+ damage, making it a total of 15 damage if you're 10 kilometers away firing AP at a ship. Now, most people are going to say that's going to be hard to do, but imagine a cruiser. You're going to get hurt a lot with a New Jersey at long range. But wait, just like Billy from Ace says, there's more. The last one is probably the most broken thing of New Jersey. This is what makes people have nightmares over, and how she is Shang Tsung that will steal ships' souls. You want to know? It's like you can either let's just say in your mind, would you pick more gun range, which you would think that basic trait would work better, or this? Don't you just love it? That's the face I have to say. And you're seeing right there, but if you can't read, I'll tell you. Deal more damage with your Citadel Strike. Maxed out 15. And your main dispersion can go up to 7, making you more accurate. Holy shit. That is broken.
Oh no, she's not overpowered at all. No, it's the mighty Bismarck that is overpowered. I mean, Bismarck is the most broken one of them all.
In case you don't know the math, let's just go through this. Let's just hold her hand and just go meddling down the meddling lane how she is going to steal ship souls and how much I think America's ships are now going to be so broken. Let's go back to the first one. Basic trait. If you're 10 kilometers away, which her ship is class in Iowa, which we'll talk about her ship in a minute because we do have her ship. 10 kilometers away, does 5 plus damage. If you select this perk, if you fire only AP, you do 15 plus damage. If you Citadel the motherfucker, that's 15. 15 plus 15 at 10 kilometers away, Citadeling someone with damage, you do 30 plus more damage. Do you see the problem here? In other words, if you're 10 kilometers away and it's firing AP and she has both those skills maxed out and that perk maxed out, if she Citadels you, that's 60,000 hit points gone. And that's with Ultra Clans. But think about this. 60,000 hit points gone if you Citadel someone with a fully maxed out thing. I literally have to, put my fingers across my eyes right now and squint them because it's like... And you know that face. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, you dirty. You like to have a dirty jersey. You like to have it dirty, don't you? This boat is massively insane with this commander. She is beyond broken. I don't want to get off track. We have to get in the game to show you. I mean, I may not do justice in the first game since I'm just playing it right there and then, but yeah, holy crap. But she also has will to rebuild. Like, she fucking needs that with all that fucking brokenness I said. She has torpedo spotting, which is basically foresight, and she has fire with fire. So if you clip that perk by yourself, you could just shove off the fire while citadeling the motherfucking people to hell. Oh, God. Cruisers, I feel so bad for you. Destroyers, if they hit you with HE, I mean, yeah, they won't affect with the AP perk, but I feel so bad if they critically damage you. It's like imagining, having those thick thighs of hers sitting on your face. That's how hard that fucking shell hits. So, obviously, this one comes with a ship. And, like I said, this is probably my only ship I have because I don't have all the other 8s because it's a bitch to go down 8s, but we'll talk about that at the end. But if as soon as it loads in, come on. Wargaming, come on. I see the commander there still smirking at me. That's what I mean. Now every time I look at my ships, I see her smirking, saying, pick me. I want to ruin someone's day. Ugh, Jersey. And here's the ship skin on the boat. And it's basically an Iowa-class battleship. Now, the only difference I've seen with my friend's Iowa and that is the fact is I have a faster reloading gun, but not enough range of my main guns, which is a huge problem because Iowa could shoot a lot farther than mine, but I can reload faster. So it's a faster reloading Iowa. And for the skin itself, I could see where people are coming from because I've seen so many people who hated the skin. I personally don't mind it, but I could see why. It's like all they did was just paint a couple stripes, blue, purple on it. A little bit of these, neon blue lights, and then neon blue lights for eyeballs. That's basically it. Now, on top of the boat, it's kind of cool because you get to see the neon circle with a blue thing on it. That looks cool. The gun rings have neon little stripes to it. But the main part of the ship, in the center, there's hardly any detail besides the logo she has, and that's basically it with blue lines on the back. That's that's basically it. That's unique. Everything else, it just feels like they could have done a lot more, better or more with this ship. And a lot of people agree they just don't like the design of it. They just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me personally, I can understand it. But she has the logo on top of it, the American Eagle from the Azur line thing, so that's cool. But honestly, I just don't know. But because of the fact this is in Iowa and it has decent, okay pen with its gun, her inside the ship is a nightmare. But let's get into the game to show you. Okay, so we're going into the game now, and hopefully, like, I could show off how broken it is. I mean, remember, New Jersey I had was only rank 11. I don't have her maxed out with Legendary 1. So, just keep that in mind. This is not a fully upgraded crew. But if I Citadel someone, you're going to see the massive destruction it does. But I understand why Wargaming brought this commander out, because so many people were getting pissed off about the Bismarck and stuff. They needed an answer towards the Bismarck class, especially Bismarck B being the longest and farthest secondary range ever I've seen. They probably needed something that can counterbalance it. But still, that is still crazy enough to try to deal with this kind of shit. So, first thing I'm doing is backing up. Now, the other problem I have with people say it's an Iowa class ship, so people have a huge problem with the Iowa. And my response is, I agree. The Iowa is not really the Prince of Kings. But you know what's also the Prince of Kings? Like, Georgia, which its big, massive guns. Pretty much the Iowa itself, if you could pen it well. But do you see the problem I'm talking about here? This commander is making me replace all the other commanders to get that extra damage. And that is nuts. Now, the 5+ damage can be used on any shell. That is good. So, that's like decently okay. But if it was firing AP and it Citadel someone, that's not good. Now, the dispersion's a little bit ass because of the commander. But I did hit it once, but I didn't do a lot of damage. But it did increase it by 5+ because it was that long range. Oh god, destroyer. Okay. I better activate planes soon. I mean, I don't have a problem with New Jersey. I don't mind its playstyle, but everybody I've noticed playing it are playing as brawlers. My only guess is people that don't know how to play it and they're just charging up to the front lines with it. But it's just, to me, you don't do that in this class. If you want a ship like that, go for Kansas. Kansas is the one that does that. Even though I'm sucking right now for pending, but they're all spearheading me, which is a huge problem. This is a ship that you have to really wait for an opportunity to see their weakness. Now, the destroyer is way too close. So you can see, like, pretty much, like, 3 grids over is how far, like, you need to be. Now, this one, Edinburgh, is like, yeah, let's see if it hits. And ricochet. God dang it, this is a bad example to show it. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. There's some broadsiding ships. Yeah, like I said, this is a ship that has to wait for broadsiding like this. So if you're broadside like that, you're just asking to die. Let's see if we can Citadel him, but he's in a weird arc position. Okay, cut engine. He's going a little bit fast. Let's try here. I'm going to try it. Good. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, did some damage. That was a nice damage hit, but it wasn't a Citadel. Oh, it's going to be hard to... You're going to be one of those games where it's going to hard to be showing a Citadel hit. Because he's on full health. This is a fully, like... If we're talking about AI, it's a stock hipper, so you know how much hit points it has. Oh, he's stuck on an island. Maybe? Let's try it. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Ah, goddamn. Freaking overpen. I hate overpens. And I'm being set on fire. See, the problem is with also this ship, I've noticed, like, trying to Citadel someone is a bitch. It is. It really is one of those boats that, like, it's a good idea, but I don't think it works well in her flagship because look at this. Like, I'm trying to hit its Citadel, and all I'm doing is doing extra damage because I'm, like, 5 kilometers away, so I'm doing a little bit more damage. Mind you, stock crew, I don't have, like, the fully maxed out thing, so I'm doing as bare minimum, but I'm doing damage. It's just, I just want to Citadel someone to show you how great it does, even as a beginner. But Let's try this one, Yamagi, since he's a better chance. Let's see. There we go. You see all that hit points gone? And look at that. Instantly bunch of... Now, mind you, again, I'm stock with that. I'm only doing like 10 plus more with Citadel Dan. Not 10 plus. I think it was... I have to look back at it when we get back. But it wasn't that much. But look at the hits on them. And now imagine if that was fully upgraded. That Citadel would get him down to almost nothing. Let's see if we can do it again. And... he turned. It's wishful thinking, but he turned. Hipper, I swear I'm going to delete you. See, if it works, it's beautiful. But when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's one of those ships that it's like she's a sassy son of a gun. Like, the commander himself is just sassy. It's like, should I work today or should I not work today? It's one of those ships. Let's see if I can hit it again. Yep, another Citadel. And look at the damage up there. I've only penned 24 hits this game, which is very low. I mean, that's a lot for a battleship, but for something like that. But look at how much damage we're up. We're up to 99,000 already on that Citadel. This is how insane this ship is if you broadside to the New Jersey. So my advice, if you're seeing a New Jersey, don't take any fucking chances. And just don't show your broadside to a ship because you'd be dead like that in an instance with over 3 volleys of waves of shells coming at it. That's how ridiculous this freaking boat is. And especially how far back I am, it's more harder to hit. That's the other problem I have with it. It's just... But if you have like Robert Javard or that French commander that keeps the pen at long range, it could work out. Plus Autumn Clance. Like, her and Autoclance is definitely a fucking married couple. You need Autoclance to do that more AP damage. Especially if you're doing like a dirty tactic like this. Okay, I'm seeing a plane go up, so that means... Oh, there it is. Hipper, you're still there. Let's activate a plane so I can get my shells better. Oh, he's moving. I don't think I'm going to hit him in time. Maybe. Nope. He just got out of the way. Damn it. Waste a plane, too. But there is a problem I've had with this commander since I'm here talking about it a little bit. Why is that thing sitting out there? Okay. Easy damage. Yeah, but the problem I have with this is because now that America has one of the most broken sniper fucking anime commanders, or let alone an admiral in their fucking port, most people won't go aggressive with some of the boats. Like, there's a buddy of mine that puts it in Kansas, for God's sakes, and he's like, I do it in my Kansas. It's like, no, Kansas is designed to brawl. It's not designed to, just, sit in the back. It's designed to be pushing. Its guns are already broken enough as it is. But he's like, nope, I put it into Kansas to do more damage, but he's like, the whole time has to sit in the back getting hate mail with people going like, what are you doing? We need you in the front lines. Or the Missouri. That's another one. The Missouri may have secondary damage, but you don't want the freaking New Jersey as that, because the whole point of it is to go a little bit of aggressive with that ship, but not too aggressive. So maybe it could work, but not really. Let me see if I can hit its Citadel. Oh, that's going to hit the mountain. Oh, good. None of them hit the mountain. But it's going to hit that one spot. God damn it. I am really bad at aiming today. Where the hell's that cruiser? Oh, I've detected something. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, come on. Turn. This is not what you want to do in the New Jersey. I'm broadside to the Richie Lou. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, geez. That did nothing because of his weird angle arc. Come on. Turn, you piece of shit. Turn. Don't be sass with me, girl. Turn. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And there I go. God dang it. So we're back at the port now. It was a draw. I didn't make much, but then again, it was a thing. But I came in second place. And this is what I mean how terrifying she is for a goddamn boat. In the right capable hands of sniping, like, Georgia, all those other battleships that involve sniping, Alabama, this hurts like a son of a gun. Like, America now went from being shotgunning, big caliber thing to now fucking RPG shotgunnings, which is fucking insane. So, final verdict. Let's talk about the ship first. Now, the premium tier 7. For the ship itself, it's got some problems. It's got a faster reloading gun than the Iowa, but it's just an Iowa. That's less range of an Iowa, and I don't know. It just feels like it's got some problems with it a little bit. And not many people like the skins of it, which is fair, but it makes money. So I can't really argue that, and the ship is playable. It's just the problem is if you see so many of these on your team, expect no help. Because these things are designed to go in the back. And the first day when this whole thing came out, everybody was sitting in the back, leaving only the cruisers to deal up against battleships, cruisers, and destroyers. That is a big problem with this commander. That is the Achilles heel of this commander. But now they made all American ships unpredictable now. But for the ship itself, I would give it a 6 out of 10. It's fun. You make money, which is good. It's not like those 8 premiums that don't make money. And in the right capable hands, it could play well. As long as there are not so many of these fucking boats on your team, then you're good. If there's like 1 or 2, then you're fine. But if there's like 3, yeah, you're not going to have a fun game. Especially when they're designed purposely only to snipe. They're not designed to push up. They're not designed to go flanking. They are designed to snipe only. As much as it showed really bad in the beginning of the AP, couldn't pen well. That's because of, RNGs or the type of weird coincidence. They cannot just go frontline brawlings, and maybe that's the reason why you don't see them that much anymore, but you do still see them. But not as much as the Soviet one. So, yeah, that one would be good. Now, the commander, though. Oof. This waifu that everybody likes for America. Dear God, she's fucking worth it. I mean, I don't want to be that guy who want to encourage broken commanders, but you just saw, with me just only having up to 10 plus, not 15, 10 plus of Citadel extra damage, and it was 10 plus, sorry, when I was in that game I didn't think what it was again, but I knew it wasn't that upgraded. And 7 dispersion. Top of all of that, probably, of the farther the shells you go, like you load 18, you can do 5 plus more damage if you have that. I only have it up to 3. And then you got fucking drill bits, which gives you more AP damage. This is nuts. Like, I don't even know if they're gonna nerf this commander. This is gonna make every American ship, Georgia, like I just said, she's worth it for every sniper. I mean, I don't know if you want her as an inspiration for Japan, but that would be useful for Japan to have 10 plus damage if you fire that long range, because Japan's battleships have to be long range. But for America, she is basically slapping every girl ship that is like, slapping Georgia, slapping all these other ones that make way. I'm running the ship now because I do fucking 30 plus damage if I'm far away enough, and Citadel the motherfrigger. Oh, God. So what do I tell this person that has, like, insane abilities, insane things, and looks at me like, you're going to give me a good rating. Give it to me. It's a fucking 9 out of 10. This commander is so worth it for. So yeah, I would recommend picking her up. I mean, she hits more harder than a train wreck. It's like not only does her looks hit hard on men, but she also hits hard with a hammer to men. Like, this chick is fucking broke. And that's why that smile on that fucking face is always going to be a reminder of how devious this commander is. So, the final one before we talk about the big, huge thing, Neptune. I hate these. What is with these things that they like putting kids in these things? I can understand teenagers. I can understand the jokes, like the adults. And I'm just saying, all jokes aside for this part, but why do they have to be kids? Because it's even bad enough she's lifting her skirt, and that doesn't make me feel any more comfortable with this character's design. Like, I just want to say, put your hands down, please. You look young enough to be a 10-year-old, or let alone a 12-year-old. Please put your hands down. Let the skirt cover the thing, please. Just don't understand why people like this shit, but whatever. Maybe opening a sandbox of things. But, unfortunately, though, I'll be seeing her more often because she is goddamn broken, as you can see if some people read that, but if you didn't, I'll tell you. Her basic trait is Battle Rage. And yes, his Neptune ship is, I think one of the only AP shooters, because it makes sense. But listen to this. Dealing extra AP damage per 1% of HP loss. So, what it means is every time you lose health, AP increases. It's bad enough the last one was fucking broken, New Jersey. Now we have a ship that if you're constantly always losing health, this one says, I will increase your AP damage and make it ridiculously fucking over powerful. Now, granted, yes, from 0.1, you would think, oh, that's not a lot, Fury. But just think about it. Imagine she was in an 8 or a legendary ship. And think of all those hit points to 93,000 hit points, all the way down to 10,000. Mind you, it's talking about every 1% of your health loss. Think about that. That means you can take a Yamato that has no health with its main guns, hit someone, and you could do fucking 15 times more damage. Now, this is speculation. I don't have the ship, and I've just started upgrading her. But to be honest with you, if that's the case, and it doesn't say anything about, you have to be there, it says per 1% of lost health. So you're losing health, and the damage increases. That is nuts. That is beyond nuts for an inspiration basic. I can see people using this in their Bismarck, for fuck's sake, as an inspiration. Yeah, you may sacrifice some secondary range, but you know what? The fact is that how much health you lose every time and you can fire AP and harm cruisers and destroyers, you'll be doing way more damage. Oh my god, the inspiration from New Jersey we just talked about. I'm not going back to that chick. That chick's messed up. But I'm saying is, having that ability as an inspiration, oh dear Lord and Jesus. Because legendary ships, if she was in there, it's going to rain hell upon anyone who's fire AP. But I guess it makes sense because, again, this Neptune is apparently, I've heard, is only fires AP, so it makes sense. So, besides that broken ass perk of the thing, the last one, Goddess of the Sea, is the only one that's different. This perk harms, this is why Neptune is classified as a hunter, not a brawler to battleships or whatever. Because so not only does the trident does a lot of damage, because this is literally indicating a trident spear thing. Her other abilities, and this is why I'm classifying Neptune as only a destroyer hunter, pretty much the hunter of the ocean, not to not to hunt battleships. Why? Because if you look down here, her other useful ability, she increases damage against cruisers and destroyers, but not against battleships. As you can see, damage-wise for cruisers, it goes up by 7. Destroyers by 7. That is fucking insane. But battleships, -7. So it depends on you if you want to do more damage to cruisers and destroyers, but not so much to that. Which is a huge problem to me. I would personally go with this more than that, but that's up to you. I've never played the Neptune, so I don't know its playstyle. But to me personally, Yeah, no, I don't want that. So here's the ship design, and honestly, I'm kind of 50-50 about it. Yeah, judging it, I could see it. It looks like the Baltimore design. Does this thing have torpedoes, though? Yes, it does, which is surprisingly. It's got like no, it's got 8. It's got 8 on each side. Okay, that's not bad. But for its paint job, though, I don't know. Because the waves in the side looks cool. The indication symbols are cool. And I do like the axe in front of it. It looks like a giant axe. Now, don't ram into stuff. That's not what it means, but it just looks like it. But honestly, smokestack looks awful. I mean, it's got some designs, but it's not that looking appealing. And it's just blue and white all around it. There's no decorations on top of the gun turrets. There's no, like, I don't know. So final verdict, I would say. As a skin for itself, it looks average. 5 out of 10. It's just, I don't know. It just feels like it doesn't feel especially unique a little bit. It just looks a little chunky. Like, it's got some unique design. It's got the sidings looking pretty nice. It's got the front looking nice in the back a little bit. But on top of the ship, which the main person sees, it's just regular stripes. Oh, wait. I didn't see that part. The anchor on the front of it is actually the Triton. If you could see it a little bit, I can't really show a good picture of the front of the ship. Okay, that's cool. But everything else, just, eh. Neptune herself is a must-own for anyone who is almost dying a lot. It means like these ships, it's not just for cruisers or destroyers. It's all class for a basic trait. I think it's recommended for anyone who doesn't have like people that loses health so many times in brawling, the people that get hit so many times and stuff. This would be a counterbalance for those who only fire AP, which kinda sucks if you're a ship that fires HE and you have to be close range, which I don't know why. You would think AP would be more sophisticated at close range at ships. Unless it's a destroyer, then I can understand why you're shooting HE. But it's just, to me, I don't see anything else special to her. Yes, that unique ability helps her hunt down destroyers and cruisers, but losing 7 more percent of damage to battleships just, it doesn't feel balanced, especially when you're in a tier 8 game and most of the times they're battleships. So I guess I'm just going to say for the commander a 5.5 out of 10. Yes, I'm giving it a low rating as right down to the St. Louis, but that basic trait is the only thing I see really going ooh ah. It's just that mermaid ability, I don't see it. Unless I have the ship, I don't see it being useful. Especially when you're going to target battleships. You don't want to have less damage against it when they can do full-fledged. So, yeah, that's my thing for Neptune. I got nothing else.
Hey, Bismarck, do you have any... Bismarck? I mean, I guess that's one way to end the skibbity blah blah.
So here we are at the final verdict of the Azur Lane 4. Now, if you've seen this all the way through, wow, thank you very much for watching all the way through. It's been a long video, but I hope the skip thing on the bottom did help you find the right ships too. But again, thank you again. But for now, let's talk about everything else, plus the whole thing together, and some of the things I really don't like. Like, let's start with that first, shall we? Okay, first thing I want to talk about before we talk about the other thing that I've seen, the crates. Now, I am beyond mad, because I've been around for Azur Lane 1, 2, and 3 now, and this is my 4th one. In Azur Lane 1, every time you got a crate, mind you, every time you get a crate, you get instantly a commander every time you open a crate. that was the thing. You automatically get the new commanders. I like that because if you just don't want anything else but those commanders, you could just buy 5 crates. Boom, you got the commanders. There you go. You're happy. You don't have to worry about the skins or anything else. But here, I've noticed people have been telling me and showing me video proof and everything that when they were opening up crates, they don't get commanders right away anymore. It's now promotion orders, skins, and other things, but they don't give you that. Now, granted, promotion orders would be good because then you could spend thousands of gold and get probably an easy chance of a purple card, blue cards or whatever. I call them cards. I know they're called something else, but I call them blue key cards and yellow key cards. But that's not making me feel any better than the fact that you're supposed to guarantee a commander per opening, and now it can't. So they took away the only ability, and my only guess is they did that so people don't get all the commanders and not buy the Azur Lane packs or anything, trying to make their money. But I hate this. I really do, because it just shows that people were trying to be smart, try to get it the cheap way to get the commanders and not worry about it, to now where it's like, listen, you dumb fucks, you poor son of a bitches, you buy our crates and buy multiple of them, or you buy the 5,000 gold to get one commander. The choice is yours, you poor motherfrigger. And I say to Wargaming, fuck you if that's the case. Like, seriously, fuck you. Because we should have a right to, for us poor people, to get these commanders easily by thousands of gold. Not being this fucking monotonous shit. And I really hate this. This needs to be changed. I know I'm already late talking about this, but I really wish they would not put in, like, saying, oh, you open up a crate? Oh, you don't get a commander now. In the original Azur Lane, you get 1 crate free from Azur Lane. What happened to those days? Okay, I know there's a lot more to talk about. Please forgive me for this. But there's a lot more to talk about this. What happened to the days when we earn a crate free? What happened to those days where every new event came out, we earn a crate free? Remember Azur Lane 1? There was an op you could play. You get 1 Azur crate. 1 Azur crate. And then you could get a commander right there. Free. What happened to that, Wargaming? Where is that? Where the fuck do we get to earn free crates again for at least a fucking chance? Still, I just... Just irks me that they're doing this because they want people to buy the expensive stuff and not be smart and buy cheap shit to get it. And that just wants me to wring their necks because of it. But wait, there's more that I have to talk about how bad. Not only the crate thing was the thing that irked me the most, it is this. These. Now, I've been holding it off until this point, but I just want to say, what the ass. Talk about desperate. I've seen better development games with the use of their money sometimes than this shit. This is lazy, unforgivable, and the most dishonest heart way to get money. You want to know what it is? Now, this is going to be controversial, but I'm going to tell you this right now, what it is. And don't listen to that 60% negative. Now, let's pull up, for example, New Jersey. Yeah, we're going back to this creepy person again. This one, what it does, it upgrades you to automatically 16. You're probably thinking, yeah, that seems good. All the way up to rank 16, which, let's be honest, going up to any Commander's Trek tree is a pain in the ass. I agree. And I know everybody in the comments are going to say that. But as much as I try to defend you, I'm going to say, and I hate to say this to my fans that do defend it, you're an idiot. Because 20,000 doubloons, you don't even get it legendary. It's just automatically puts you to rank 16, meaning you that all those perks, like New Jersey, would automatically get to 16. Mind you, you can get her upgraded as long as you keep using flag boosters and freaking free XP if you want to get her up there. And not to mention, if you have premium ships, you can get them up there with earning it. You're earning some of them in the goddamn season pass right now, for an example. And the audacity for 20,000 gold. If you don't think that's bad enough, I'm going to the store. And yes, we are doing this. I don't care. I'm going with those arguments. This is the only one that's 20,000 gold. $69.99 plus tax, which would be a total of almost $80 for me for one commander. Meanwhile, if I kept that same amount, now let's think about it. Either you think about how would you do that? Would you buy a commander, automatically rank it up, or if you're gonna spend that much money, you could get what's this? New Jersey. You can get her. You can get St. Louis if you want, but you can get Neptune. You can get 4 commanders that are level 1. Yes, they're not level rank 16, but do you see the value of $1 wargaming? This is outrageously stupid. You can get to 16 per time. You can get there in time. Even if you don't play this game that much, you could still get it in time. As long as you're willing to play a little bit. Yes, I know, I just over-predicted myself. I get it. If you don't play enough, you don't get a lot. I get that. But getting it up to 16 for that much money is not the way to do it. If they convert it for free XP, if there was a way you have to spend maybe 100 million for one commander with silver, I would say, okay, that's fine. That's fair for the players. If they want a good commander that's ranked up that high as broken, all they have to do is just pay it with silver. Like, pay 5 million for that type of commander. That I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's in-game money. You can get it, and it's optional at that point. And yes, all this is optional. All this review is optional. But it's still the value of $1 that I still fight for you guys a little bit for. But still, 20, you could see the desperation, guys. And it's not even legendary. You just get rank 16. Rank 16. You don't even get key cards. So yeah, I don't understand all this. And I don't want to get into too much topic of it. But it's just desperation for money for them. But it's like, they got money. Don't believe, honestly, for anyone that works, new to wargaming and they say, they're running low on money and this helps them out, don't believe that. Because they got PC. They got other things. They're making their fucking money. Even Microsoft is paying them to keep a little bit of their game in here. They are making their fucking money. So don't believe everything like that. Just unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Now, if they came out with legendary cards with them, like I said, if they came out with legendary cards with them, that gets you automatically ranked Master 4, I could say it's a pay to win at that point, but I would hate it. But at least it's reasonable a little bit. Not just rank 16, that's it. And lastly, I'm going to talk about buying it all. This year was a little bit merciful. Last year was fucking ridiculous. Last year was like you had to pay nearly almost $200 or $250. And is it worth getting them all? If you see no potential value in some of them, then I wouldn't buy the Mega Bundle. I would recommend just getting one of the commanders, one of the ships, and just call it the day then. Because buying all of it is not really worth it. I mean, you have to be an Iowa player and most of this anime in this 4, I've noticed, it's all range anime. So, if you're not a range shooter, you're not gonna like these. If you're a German that likes to brawl, push up, and attack people frontally head on, these commanders are not for you. Because a lot of these commanders are not designed to be that. Now, however, if you want to be an annoying asshole, do you want to be a one-shotter? What do you like, fucking New Jersey? Yeah, it could work. But again, like I said, there's 2 commanders that I find not really worth it. And then you got 3 that are, you got 1 that's mediocre, and then you got 2 that are desperately needed. So, at the end of the day, how do I rate them is depends on you if you want to play their route. Because then you have to painfully grind down their country route in order to get the ships, in order to get the skins. And that's what's sad about them. They're not even premium ships. Like, honestly, if it was that same price, and I'm going to say this real quick, if it was that same price and they were all premium ships that earn money, like imagine if there was another Roon premium, another St. Louis premium, and a Neptune premium that actually has money earnings, then yeah, I'm going to say like you got three tier 8s and two tier 7s for $161 plus 5 commanders. Yeah, then I would say, oh yeah, this is totally worth it. I'm not going to argue with that. That's way more valuable. But here, it's like, I don't know. It depends on you. So, yeah, that's it for Azur Lane. Well, the review is finally over. I guess you can go home now, Bismarck. Bismarck? What's the matter? Here, let me set you down. There. What's the matter? Don't you want to go home? I mean, I should be killing you since you've been trying to threaten me with your cannons there, but honestly, it's over now. You can go home now. Do you have a home? Oh, you, you don't. Uh, well, I mean, I'm sure anyone will love adopting you or anything. I mean, as much as I hate anime. Alright, you can stay. You can be on the shelf with the virtual Bismarck. You can watch me doing the reviews. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now here, come on. Let's put you on the shelf. There you go. I'm gonna take the backpack off you. I'm sure you could shoot something else another day, but I'm pretty sure it's a weight. What do you think? Yes, I know. This German has a soft spot for people that hurt pretty bad. And that's a lesson we should learn since it is February. We need to learn to start loving each other and not hating one another. Even if you're anime that needs a home. I'm Fist of Fury 69 too, and thanks for watching Azur Lane 4. And always remember, the key to success in life is Zibidi Bub Bub.